Hey everyone, it's Karissa from Shining Light of Minnesota. I have a very special guest today, Barry, with us today. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having
You
me.
bet. So let's get and dig a little bit deeper. Tell everybody about what's behind us.
This is a piece called The Kiss,
Yes.
obviously.
Yep, right?
It was just an exploration into showing love in a way that is luminescent. So more focused on the difference between darks and lights and colors, tones, and how you can represent just this moment between a couple that is so simple, but can be beautiful. And so that was acrylic on canvas. Yeah.
And now we'll go a little bit deeper. So you love fine painting. That's one of your passions.
Yeah.
How did you get into that and when did that all start?
I really had a passion for it when I was younger. Something that I grew up illustrating, so I would
Okay.
sketch in school all the time,
Nice.
and picking up a paintbrush just seemed like this thing that was scary, but I really wanted to explore it.
Yeah.
And so when I was younger, I did maybe one or two canvases, didn't really commit myself to it. But towards the later in life, I would definitely say between 2012, I was just really like, let's push this a little bit.
Nice.
Started off in landscapes, explored portraits. I've kind of landed on abstracts, but abstracts with both of those things mixed
For
in.
sure. Yep.
So if I can have a portrait on top of an abstract, I feel like, something that creates depth. And that's kind of what I was talking
Yeah.
about you about is like, how
Yes.
can we backlight and have some layers
Absolutely.
to it and
Yeah.
create this depth? So just constant exploration in what things can be.
Yep. So you do the painting and you have a little bit of wallpaper business as well on the side. Tell everybody a little bit about that and
Yeah.
how that all goes.
So I'll do the full circle of the story
Yeah.
is 2020 I really started to push and get a lot of encouragement from the community
Amazing.
as far as put your paintings up and we'll buy them.
Yes.
So I would say between 2018 and 2021 I really just sat in my studio and began to get disciplined
Yeah.
in creating paintings. Had some great opportunities that came from that. But I also realized that the George Floyd push
Yeah.
for, what do you call it, equity
Yes.
was going to be short lived. And so January, February of 2021, I believe, things started slowing down tremendously.
For sure. Yep.
Of course, that's also retail season when everything kind of drops.
Yeah.
But I just knew I needed to fall back on something that was a
Yep.
little bit more dependable, and so I leaned into interior painting.
Okay.
It was my dad was owned residential real estate, and so
Okay.
I had a lot of experience painting with him.
Yep.
And but I also had worked for other painting companies in the interim throughout that decade, and so yeah. So the one side of my company is focused on interior painting and wallpaper.
Yep.
The other side is arts, so that is live illustration, murals, and fine art.
Yeah.
I've done one or two sculptures in my time. I would really love to get really good at that. But
What kind of sculptures were they? And tell everybody a little bit about those.
yeah, it was, so there was an RFP for Place Via Soul in St. Louis Park, I believe off of Highway 7. And I won that opportunity. The sculpture itself was created out of rebar in a helix shape. So I had to dowel and grout those holes into the concrete pad with rebar. I had to have the rebar twisted in a helix shape and then I impregnated fabric, cotton fabric with concrete.
Very cool.
Wrapped it around that rebar, let it solidify, and then painted it white. The original sculpture was supposed to be made out of epoxy.
Okay.
And it's kind of the same idea, though.
Yeah.
It was epoxy impregnated fabric, but the fabric was black cotton fabric with iridescent sequins. So those sequins kind of look like scales, like fish
Absolutely.
scales at a certain
Yep.
point. But I had never seen epoxy hold up in the elements outside.
Right. Oh yeah.
Maybe
It's
I'm-
gonna wear off and wear and tear, especially in the winter, spring, summer. Yes.
Yeah, we have. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this one. So I went back to the concrete, which is a little bit more durable.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that one a lot. Yeah.
So you have all that going, and you have a family. Tell everybody about your wife and and your kids and everything that goes on there.
Yeah. So 20. Well, I have a wife, Joanna Berry, and I have 3 daughters, Jaslyn, Juniper, and Genevieve.
Yes.
Ages 19, 9, and 6.
Yep.
We live in Richfield. I love my kids.
Yep.
Try to spend as much time. I really embraced the pandemic and all
Right.
that
Oh,
stuff
yes.
because I really got to spend time with my
Yep.
kids when they were younger.
Take it in when you can, right?
Man,
Yes.
and so they're getting up there. They're the 2 younger ones are homeschooled, and the 19-year-old, she's got a great job. She's a nanny. And
Amazing.
so
Yep.
she's got a good job.
So let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's talk about owning a business and what that's like right now for you with the shuffles. I know we've done some mentoring, we've done some talking about what it's really like and what the job market is like right now. What do you feel that with subcontractors and trying to grow and things like that, what's been some of your obstacles?
I think as a small business, the bottleneck that I'm in right now is the hiring phase, is
Yeah.
getting out of the field. And, you know, when I was working for a concrete restoration company, the highest level that I ever achieved was
Yeah.
a foreman. So
Right.
I don't feel like I'm not used to managing people.
Right.
But bringing in people to this thing that you call your baby and trusting
Correct.
them to,
The quality people to let them stay in their lane and run their own stuff. Right?
yeah. And so that's the hard part, and that's a bottleneck that I know that's not, unique to me.
Right.
It's essential
Right.
to letting go. And I hear so many entrepreneurs that have gotten over that hump that are like, I wish I would have let go sooner.
Right.
You
But at
know?
the same time, it's still your baby, and you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way. You've got to get the processes set so you can start delegating those hats, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so as far as job market, there's tons of subcontractors out there. And, I have mentors in the painting world that are like, you have to take ownership.
Yeah.
There's no excuses.
Right.
And the excuse that I can't find good people is an excuse because there are good people out
For
there.
sure.
And when
Yeah.
you actually break down the numbers,
Yeah.
it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
The hard part that I'm experiencing right now is the difference between a subcontractor that is willing to develop a relationship with you
Yep.
versus a subcontractor that just wants to make money.
Right.
And so far I've had, again, it's a numbers game.
Right.
I've had 4 subs. 1 I found that's really good.
For sure.
So if I need 2 to 3 more
You've got to have
subs, I
something that you can
gotta,
rely on,
yeah.
that you can consistently say, hey, I'm going to be able to rely on you, but at the same time, I have to know that you're going to be able to get the work done on time, be prompt, courteous, professional, all of that.
Yeah.
So I know that I can say, hey, here's another job, I'm going to hand it off, not, are you going to get back to the customer? Are you going to be on time? Are you going to show up? Are you going to bring your own supplies? Are you going to be there? Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
I just had a guy, he just went dark on me because he kept switching the dates for when he could start.
Yep.
And I kept telling the customer, we have to push the date back.
Yep.
And then I'm like, well, the customer hasn't made a deposit yet, so because he was asking for a deposit on the work,
Yep.
and I'm like, I don't think that's the way the game goes. I think you do the job, you finish it. Like,
Yep.
let's have a conversation.
Yep.
And he just went dark because I was
Yep.
like, we have to do what's right for the
Right.
customer.
Here's the process. Let's get it done.
Let's get
Yep.
it done.
Yep.
You know, and so the sub that I do have that's working out, we had this conversation, and I think one of the keys is him saying like, of course I want to be successful,
Yes.
but I care about relationships and I care
Right.
about doing what's right for the customer.
Correct.
I don't want to cut
The
corners,
needs of
et
the
cetera,
customer
et
come
cetera.
first. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And so I've seen that through his work so far is, you know, let's just do what's right for the customer.
Right.
I think that's got to just be one of my qualifying questions.
Absolutely. Like here's the number one question. You know,
Yeah.
like is it the customer or is it yourself? You know,
Yeah.
what's more important here? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm learning through that process
Right.
of best practices.
Yeah.
And I started off kind of weirdly in the commercial sector,
Right.
which is not necessarily where people start out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
Jump the gun and here I am by myself. Now let's say yes and then try to figure it all out on the back end, right?
yeah. And there's a lot of the educational points that I kind of missed.
Yeah.
And so I've stepped back to embrace those things, to learn those lessons. And I take it as a grain of salt, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Now you know it. So now it's a process, right?
yep. We'll be in a better position once I learn these
Yes.
things. You know?
Now that you're in the commercial world, when you go out for bids, have you had the time, like when you don't get them, to go out to those contractors and be like, okay, let's find out why I didn't get it. Let's compare apples to apples. Let's have those conversations. Have you learned that yet? And have you gone back to them at all?
I have not.
Okay.
I think maybe I've asked one or two project managers or estimators like
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
The response that I got was kind of aloof.
Yeah. It's cost usually just at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's cutting bottom line.
I'm a part of a alliance, Knutsen's
Yeah.
alliance program,
Yep.
and so they're honestly super awesome
They are.
when
Yep.
it comes to trying to be available and do the
Yes.
right thing
Yep.
for their contractors. There's I consider him a mentor. He's kind of in line with me. We keep finding each other in the same spaces, in
Right.
the same rooms, in the
Yep.
same opportunities. But Paul Edlin,
I just saw him yesterday that he was at the JBA Dunn thing. But yeah, Paul and all of them, yes, J. Benson Construction.
yep,
Yes.
Paul he's definitely showing me what needs to happen in order to capitalize on the opportunities that we have. And there's a lot of
Right.
people that are in the alliance that are going,
Yep.
we want more projects from you.
Yes. Yep.
And what I see Paul doing is he's constantly knocking on the door.
Yep.
He's being a fly
Yep.
on the wall. You know,
Yep.
he's just
He just keeps showing up.
he
being
just keeps
omnipresent.
showing up. And so that's something that I take to heart and I want to try to implement is, you know, the hardest part for me has been being in the field.
Yeah.
It's hard to be in the field and network and do the admin and this. So, but to be in the position where I know 2 times a week I'm going up to Knutsen to ask these questions.
Absolutely.
How do I bid this better?
Yep.
You know, I just got a thing from Ryan Construction. There's a cool project manager over there.
Yeah.
She's giving me like, I'm like, okay, I just need to keep asking you questions. Stop.
You got to ask the questions to know it, to understand it, and then the contracts are a whole nother beast. Right?
Yeah. Whole
Like,
nother beast.
oh yeah, and then the bidding process, and then all of their just it's all every company has their own way to do it, and you've got to figure out how to do it and how they want it laid out.
Yep.
Yes.
I think one of the things that I noticed that's pretty consistent across the board with subs that are in my position, and there are subcontractors that are way further in their businesses than I am, but it's that as project manager at Knutsen said, it's the takeoff
Yes.
ramp,
Yep.
and the position where we're at to the next level. Sometimes, and I guess in our mind, would like the ideal situation would be to have a mentor or a smaller GC that we can work under to see,
Right.
like, because look, to your point, there's
Yeah.
so many components to it,
Right.
and
How
I
do you
could
do it?
do.
How do you get me in the door to each company? Okay, so they want it laid out this way. Here's their contracts. Here's how they want it out. Here's their bidding system. Here's how you have to do it for them, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, even just on the requirement of how to submit something,
Yeah.
I could be like, okay, I finally got the
They want a
numbers from
spreadsheet. Here's
the.
how to submit the bid for this one, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I think I did it right. Can you look at this and see if I did it right? Like,
What am I missing? Yep, here you go. Yeah.
yeah, and so to have that reassurance that, yeah, you're doing it right.
Yes.
You've done all the requirements. The number is decent. Blah
Absolutely.
blah.
Yep.
Submit it.
That
You
way you
should
have
be
the
good.
confidence. That way, going into the next one, now you know how to do it.
And a lot of it is confidence.
Yeah,
To your point.
yep.
Yeah. New space
Yeah.
confidence.
Well, you have the commercial side, you have the painting side. What is your passion? Is it more going back to doing that and having the other side, once you get into the flow a little bit more, having the other stuff kind of go on its own and be able to handle itself?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think one of my goals is to establish a painting business,
Yes.
decorative business that's one self-sustaining,
Yeah.
but that can also provide opportunities for people of color, for women, for like just people that typically aren't in the space.
Correct.
And maybe that is through the subcontracting realm.
Yeah.
I want to help you make $1 million
To
by
help you help me. Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
Because one of the things I notice in my research is that people in underserved communities, the root cause of the issues that we experience is economic. And if we can get over a certain amount, like we're not in a state of survival,
Right.
everybody's thriving, we can solve our own community
We all
problems.
win when we all win.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, to get the painting business self-sustaining to the point where I can focus on this, and I actually had a conversation with somebody about, do you see yourself hiring other muralists to do murals for you?
You want to do the murals, you want everybody else to do the commercial stuff. Yeah.
Well, and I think what I'm leaning into is there are so many opportunities
Right.
in every single
Well, and it depends
service
on
area that I'm
the
doing.
project, but if it's a special custom thing that they want you in your work, yeah. But if it's a big enough one, obviously you can have other muralists too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
Depends on the job.
even
Right.
if there's a mural, I have a cool friend, Made by Molly Joe is her thing. If you want to check her out,
There you
at
go, yep.
Made by Molly Joe. But she has a very simplistic, modern, colorful style.
Super creative style. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally different.
And I'm like, there are hotels and,
Yeah.
and certain spaces, people just love her stuff.
Or it's a graffiti style or something different that you don't do or that you can't do, or the colors are just popping different ways.
Yeah, it's not necessarily
Right.
my style,
Yep.
but the customer might like that style, and I would love to be able to capitalize on that and still offer that to them.
How do you, when you start getting in a grind or the commercial world, how do you refresh and reset to come back to being creative?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure that
Right.
out. I haven't painted for myself in probably
Yeah.
a year and a half, 2 years.
Yep. Which is hard because that's what you want to do. Like, okay, you have the kid life, you have the family life, you have the commercial life. How do you get back to doing something that you love and just doing it for you instead of, I have a customer that wants this or I have someone that wants that? How do you just focus on it and do what you want to do?
And I probably bit more off than I could chew.
Mm-hmm.
I've allowed, or I follow the flow.
Right.
And
But it's combining your passion with work at the same time. I mean, it's combining the two things that you love, so you still get to do it, but it's not, I don't know, it's different. Because I do that with golf. It's like you're bringing your passion into your work, which is great, but you're not doing it for you. You're kind of doing it for everything else, right?
Yep. So I just trying to figure out I talked to Robin Robinson not too long ago, Public Arts
Yeah. Yep.
Council, and we had this conversation. She was like, people don't understand that when you're a creative person, you can't just create like
No,
that.
you have to
It
find
is
something to click and get
all
a
emotion.
whole, yep.
It's emotion.
Yep.
And sometimes that emotion doesn't come to the surface.
Nope.
Like you literally could be inspired. You could be
Yeah.
jackhammering in a poly tent and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you get hit with inspiration.
Like, oh, hold on, I gotta go paint something. I gotta do something. Yeah.
That's cool. I got to put it down right now.
Yep.
And so I think being in a spiritual place, allowing yourself the time and the space to create,
Yep.
I haven't had that.
Right.
But
It'll come back
It'll
somewhere,
come.
sometime.
Yeah.
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 Right when you're with the kids and in a really rushed hotel moment, and all the kids want to go do something. Like, okay,
Yeah.
hold on, Dad's got to go paint.
Yeah. Well, I just had this live painting thing for Target,
Yeah.
and I was like, I haven't painted in a long time.
Right.
I haven't live painted in a long time.
Right.
How is this going to go? And you start questioning like all of the history that you've had. And I got in that space and I painted and I was in the zone and I loved the final piece. People loved the final piece. And I was like, I can still do this.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It starts clicking.
Yeah.
Once you do it, it's like, okay, I haven't forgot
Yeah.
how to get the strokes down and everything like that. Yes, yeah.
I can still do this. So.
Have you ever gotten to a point where you just kind of draw a blank and you're like, okay, what am I doing? Like, I got to kind of snap out of this.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it is the same thing we've
Right.
talked about is confidence.
Yep.
I got to rely back on that confidence. Like you've done this
Yep.
before.
Yep.
You know what you
I don't want to burn myself out in the commercial world just painting up and down and doing the roller strokes and taping everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Yep.
And I think that's important. The other part of it is surrounding yourself with people that are also going to reaffirm you.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
I keep my circle small.
Yep. Well, and you have to. The people that are around you, and I've had this conversation more times than not, keeping the circle small and keeping the people around you that want you to succeed and want you to win are the people that you need around you.
Absolutely.
There's too many people in life that don't want you to win and don't want you to succeed and don't want to help you out that you don't need. Like having, not really cutting people off, but being able to say, hey, there's a time and place for when you're allowed in the life and when you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's also metaphysical level is just energy.
Yeah.
You may not intentionally want to see me fail,
Right.
but
You're not wanting
you're
to
not
see me
realizing through your actions you are depleting my energy level.
win. Right.
And what is already on my plate
Yeah.
is a lot that can take my energy. So, like, my mom is a great example. My mom will call me and hey, son, are you busy? No, we're just, what are you up to? And I'm just doing this. And okay, I'll let you get back to it. I just wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
like, that consideration. I can hear in her voice that she's being considerate of my time.
I
knowing
understand
how
you're busy, but I just wanted to say, hey, I'm here. I've got you. We're good. Yes. Yep.
That's awesome.
So let's talk a little bit. I know we've talked before, but about how everything that you have on your plate and how you stay focused and how you keep everything going. I know we've talked a little bit about having the ADHD and kind of keeping everything in line and staying focused. How's that all worked for you?
Oh, man. I think right now, and I recently had to reset because I started feeling super overwhelmed by all the tasks. Essentially running two businesses is, you do have ADHD. And
It's okay to take a break and to take a step back.
well, yeah, that, and you need to just take inventory of what it is that you can do, what's necessary right now. All that other stuff, write it
noise.
down. Yeah,
Yep.
the noise.
Yep.
It's like it can pile up, and that stuff that's step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doesn't need to be in your head.
Right.
But not only that, you got AI right now. Like how can
Technology, right?
how can you use that stuff to take some things off your
Smarter,
plate?
not harder.
Exactly. Or, I think one of the things I'm getting ready to do is hire a virtual assistant to take a lot of the admin stuff. So making phone calls, scheduling, sitting out estimates and all of that stuff. The little stuff that,
Doesn't need to have you there in person, right?
and it's, as my mentor for the painting business says, those are tasks that are lower wage tasks.
Right. Yep.
And you were stealing money from your family's mouth
Yeah.
by spending your time doing lower wage tasks.
Absolutely.
And so I have to keep reminding myself that,
Yep.
if I'm charging $100 an hour,
Right.
but I'm doing this,
Some
I'm doing
tedious-
that at
tedious stuff that you don't
$100 an
need.
hour.
When I could be spending time with them, and they're growing up and they're getting out the door. Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
What do you feel is important when you're meeting with people and when you're meeting with customers face to face? What are you seeing that the customers are really enjoying about your companies and meeting face to face? What are they saying?
I think I've had some really, and this year has been interesting because I've started in the commercial world.
Yep.
I'm now going back to like lead sources and cold calls and cold emails is just completely, I do not enjoy it whatsoever.
It's hard. It's a grind.
It's a grind.
But you have to do it. Like, it's getting out there, and people want, as much as people don't agree with it, you still have to get out there and drop off cookies. You still have to see people. You still have to meet face to face.
Yeah.
And sometimes everybody doesn't always agree and just says, hey, get on social media and do something. No, you still have to get out there and see people.
And that part of it is what I enjoy. I love the networking. I
Yeah.
love meeting customers face to face.
Yeah.
So like that beginning part of it, I don't
Yeah.
like, but I just had this client that I walked in their house. It's cute little old couple, and they've got paintings all over the wall, and
Love
the
it.
wife wants to
Fun.
redo the basement, and
Yeah.
she's super quirky, and she's throwing out
Out
cuss
there,
words
just-
here and there. Yeah, and she could have had like a hat with bananas and a,
Oh, for
and
sure.
a bird
Yeah,
on
just
it. Like
love it,
that's
yes.
that's her style.
Yep.
I love meeting people face to face, and
Right.
I think they
And you
enjoyed
don't
me.
expect it. Like, when you hear them on the phone, you're like, oh, this is just a normal. And then you're walking there and you're like, oh my God, totally different than what I expected, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think customers are, it's a mixed bag. I meet every 10 customers, I meet 2 really cool customers that I just click with.
Yes. Yep.
I think the sales process is also one of the things that I'm learning, how key some of the questions that I need to answer
Yep.
are in that initial.
Right.
Building rapport, mirroring my client. I do that effortlessly, but asking for the sale or making sure that I met their need
Yep.
with, complete service,
The follow up and all of that good stuff.
all
Yeah.
of that,
Yeah.
especially the follow up.
Right.
You hit it right on the head.
It's like, oh boy, here you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
I gave you everything you need, right? I
Yeah.
don't need to call you back and
Right.
bug you,
But I'm going to anyway.
but I'm going to anyway.
Yes.
So I think customers are perceptive. As far as all of the things that I offer, so part of my tagline is JBA Decorative, from art to finish.
Yes. Nice.
And I realize that I think one of the benefits or the things I've seen from customers is that they don't have to go to another contractor
Right.
to get certain things done.
Correct.
So this specific client has tons of stuff in their living room.
Yeah.
And we're going to reinstall or rip down and install new drywall,
Nice.
paint everything, mud
Yep.
everything. The fireplace, we're going to tack in new 2x4s, new studs, drywall that, wallpaper that.
Very cool.
She wants to do a pink glittered epoxy floor in her
Yep,
bathroom.
Absolutely. And then give her some new paintings in the basement when she's all done. Why not, right?
And so I had to literally tell her, like, because she was like, we might hire another company just to do the epoxy,
Oh,
because
yeah, no, I'm good. I got it.
that's one of the
We'll
things.
figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it. Yep.
You don't need to go anywhere
Yep.
else.
Right.
Even for the moving,
Right.
we got labor that'll help you
It's
move
easy.
your stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
One-stop shop. We
One-stop
do it all
shop.
in house. That's the important thing. Our customers don't always know. I mean, especially the ones that are listening, that you do everything in house, and
Yeah.
you're the one person. It's not I'm subbing this out and I'm doing this. You do have subs that help you, but it's you.
it's
right?
still my team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still my
Right.
team.
Yep.
I want to make sure that they're providing quality, and they get where we're trying to go.
Yep.
I want to bring my team back into the commercial world.
Yeah.
And so we have to, get really dialed in with knowing where we're going, what the customer needs,
Yes.
et cetera. And so we're getting there.
I think knowing what the customer needs is one of the biggest things because you don't want to go in there with too broad of an idea. You want to know them enough that you give them less is more. Just give them what they need.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, like what I'm realizing too is that the value you bring to an experience being the expert.
Yes. Yep. Services senior to sales.
Yeah. And so it's not, I used to go into a space and go, okay, so this is what you want. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. But actually doing what's right for the customer and being like, honestly, you don't need to do that
You
right
have
now.
to be confident enough to know what you're saying and they get you, right?
Yeah.
So when you're selling what you're selling, they're getting you. So you don't want to be the low one because you're standing behind your company. It's you, right? It's your baby. So yeah.
Well, and they just on the sales and rapport situation, building trust.
Yeah.
When you say you don't need that, or that's not necessary, or these are the products I would recommend instead.
Right.
This finish doesn't actually. When you give that little bit of pushback, you're giving education, but you're also building trust because you're saying, I'm not trying to make necessarily just make money off of you.
Yep.
I want to make money. Obviously, I'm in business, but I care about
It's
you.
not necessary to do that step, right?
I care about you.
Yeah. So what is your why? What's your driving force behind everything?
I feel, and I've always felt this, is that when a company has a mission statement that lasts for, I think Starbucks, I can't remember what Starbucks mission statement is. Yeah. It's a pretty good mission statement when you think about it holistically.
Yeah.
It's so broad, though, that you're almost, like if I were a spaceship, my mission would be to go to the moon.
Right.
If I just said my mission is to solve universal issues in space one day, like
what does that mean?
What does that mean? And so every single
there's a different layer to it.
There's so many layers of missions that we should have. My current mission is to get to a certain level in my life.
Yep.
The next mission would be to use that level to benefit the community.
Correct.
To also solve issues.
Yep.
I might have two missions going on at the same time. I want to go to the moon, and I want to collect moon rocks, and I want to send that back to be analyzed for
the next mission, right?
For the next mission. And so, right now, my mission is just to create a multi-million-dollar decorative company.
Yep.
While still maintaining, maintaining time with my family.
Yep.
And then my mission after that will be to do the same thing with my art side of my company, create time, etc. But there are a lot of community issues, and especially that are being highlighted right now by the current administration that I would love to assist with.
Yep.
I think now is the time to use my voice to document what is happening. And hopefully the next generation, like I really want to see the true story through all of the noise.
Yeah. Yep.
And we as a people continue to repeat history in an age where technology, you would think that we would be way more advanced.
Right.
That part should be the most scariest to us, is we're creating an intelligent, sentient being, and we haven't grown.
No, we haven't. Right. It's all the same. Right.
Yeah.
Technology is there, but we're still people, and we're still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I used to have, as an artist, sometimes I go on weird tangents, but I believe we are capable of way more than we think we are.
Oh, absolutely.
And I grew up in the church, and so when I saw Christ doing the things that he did, I was like, we are capable.
Yeah.
And I think that was the main point of his mentorship, is to show us what we're capable of.
Yes.
We haven't even touched on it as human beings.
Nope.
And so if we can, like, fighting about, that's my toy.
Right.
Let's grow up.
Absolutely. And be kind. I mean, there's so many different avenues and so many people doing so many different things in the world. You've got to just get out there and make a difference and
Absolutely.
do things. Yes.
Absolutely.
I know there was someone, kind of to go back on your whole part about your why, there was someone that I just had on that she said when she teaches people about her why, she reassesses it every 6 months because there's 3 levels to it. And she said that the first level is kind of very generic, and every 6 months when you reassess, you should have 3 different layers. And that's kind of coinciding with what you said. She taught psychology, and she, that's one of the first things that she said. So if you have your first layer, then dig deeper for 3 more layers after that, and do that every 6 months, just to kind of think about what your real driving force is. So it kind of made sense. Yeah.
I actually have a thing. I haven't memorized it yet. I'll pull it up, but I'll let you ask your next question.
Mentors. Who have been some of your major mentors along the way, and who have been some people that have made you who you are today?
Man, so many. Susan Campion. She's a connector of people. She introduced me to Timothy Foss. Timothy Foss was my mentor for live illustration.
Yeah.
He still sends me opportunities. I have something coming up with the Best Buy because Tim.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Anybody when you grew up that shaped you to kind of who you are today?
Well, definitely my mom and my dad.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I didn't realize that both sides of my family, but especially my mom's side of the family, were so entrepreneurial.
Oh, nice. Good.
My granddad or grandpa owned multiple businesses.
Very cool.
His kids were always trying to hustle. The generation that came after.
So it's kind of in your blood.
It's in the blood, and I didn't realize that, and so I used to always question though, like, why do you want to start a business so bad?
Yeah. What's in it? Why me? And
Why?
Why? What's there?
Is that really? Like, and I don't know, man, but it just feels right.
Yeah.
Like I don't. And I actually had that conversation with my wife when I was pushing for entrepreneurialism and I was working for another company. Of course,
Do
my
I want
wife
to keep
wanted.
working for corporate America, somebody else, or should I just do it for me?
And I think it was kind of us learning and growing together. But the idea of, like, are you capable of doing that?
Yes.
Is that really what you want to do? And are you showing the things? And I was kind of basically saying, like, the reason why you're maybe not seeing my entrepreneurial excellence working from somebody else is because I'm working for somebody else.
Right. Yep. You're not seeing me grow or be the person that I can be, should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the only way you're going to see that is if I do it.
Right.
And I think within the first year, she was just like,
Blown away. Yeah, I guess you can do it.
I guess.
Taking on more than I can chew, but I'm doing it. Yep.
All right, brother. All right.
Yes.
So that feels really good. It's almost like that, classic Disney story of the person that's not doing what they're supposed to do,
Right.
but then
It's in me. I'm just
It's-
there.
yeah. You just need that catalyst.
Now I'm there. Now I'm Michael Jordan. I'm good. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting though. Like when people do that, I've had a lot of people in my life lately that have taken like big life jumps with work, and they've always been held back by something or another. And all of a sudden they're like, "When is the right time?" And I'm like, "It's never going to be the right time. So either you're going to do it now, or you probably never will do it."
Yeah.
How or what made you make the decision when you did it? Just having the discussion with her?
We danced for a long time. I think I needed to see a little bit of discipline in myself. So when I would come home from, jackhammering concrete or whatever, I would come in the studio and paint.
I got to get the grind out at home to know that I can still do this and this together, probably.
One of the biggest things about being an artist is finding your voice.
Yeah.
And I love inconsistency
Right.
as a person with ADHD, so consistency wasn't appealing to me.
Right.
but I needed to have a little bit of consistency to build confidence
That I can do it.
that I can do it. And so that was a huge turning point. There was a couple articles in MSP magazine. There was got a call from Midwest Home magazine. Like there was a lot of press that kind of built up my confidence. Huge opportunities came thereafter, and so that built confidence.
Yep.
I also had a guy that was that I was painting for. He's the guy that introduced me to Wallpaper.
Nice.
Wouldn't have thought about it at all. And I had said something like, I don't know if I should leave or not. I don't know if I should leave concrete or not.
Yep.
Because, what did I say? Because we went union.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I got benefits now,
Yeah.
and you're making
All
this
the
wage.
stuff lining up, yep.
Yeah, they could retire on this. And he was like,
But you're capped.
He said, you could make way more money
Yep.
working for yourself.
Right.
And how confident he was, I was like, huh, okay.
Then I've got this.
I'm going to do it.
Yep.
And honestly, like I was just had this conversation with somebody in my BNI group, but I was on the fence and I was praying, God, just, I know this is crazy to ask, but I just need a year of time that I don't have to work.
Right.
I can focus on my artwork. We can be financially stable.
Yep.
I did not expect the pandemic to be that answer.
Right. Yeah. Not shifting that way. Right?
Yeah. I was like,
Yep.
Don't quote me. I didn't
Don't
pray
go
for
back
that.
to that either.
I didn't
Yep.
pray for that. But I literally got a year, if not more, of unemployment, spending time with my family,
Yeah.
diving into my artwork, and working on this business, and that's exactly what I needed.
And now it's all flowing. And look at you now, right? Yeah.
I feel extremely blessed, and I think something that the wealthy realize is that not everybody can be pulled into this space.
Not at all. Everybody has their own lane and a reason for where they're at, right?
And it's just like where you're at. Wealthy people talk about mindset all the time, and I can see how I didn't have the mindset. It's
Right.
because I was either making excuses or the mental clutter of I can't, or I'm here, I'm stuck. And I've tried to already, I'm not even where I think I should be, but I've tried to pull certain people
Yep.
into this space with me, and they're in and out.
Yep.
Or my first hire was this young kid who was even talking about his generation. He was like, my generation sucks. We don't know how to work at all, blah, blah. And I was like, well, obviously
But it's a different type of work. Like they might know things quicker technology-wise than some of the other people, but they're kicking out stuff that the older generation might. It's a different type of work.
It's a different kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm not throwing him into the bus at all.
We're talking about different generations is all, yes.
Different
Yep.
generation. When you're working for somebody else and you ask them if you can be on your phone and you say for
phone thing.
emergencies,
Oh, yes.
and then they put their headphones on and are having a speakerphone conversation in front of a bunch of customers, and you're like, what are you doing?
Right? Yeah. The phone thing is a total, that's, yep. Mm-hmm.
So there was just things that I realized you can't pull everybody into the space, but
Right.
those people
Right.
I do want to bring in.
Yes. And there are people that are meant to be, and there are people that you live and learn from, right? Everybody's meant to be where they're meant to be.
Yep.
What do you think is next? What's on your plate next? What do you want to see happen with your business, and how do you want to grow?
I think what's next is just to follow this plan. I got an investment from a nonprofit called NIF,
Nice.
New Impact Fund. Myself, Paul,
Yep.
a couple other business owners, and that capital. I'm more conservative when it comes to getting money that I have to pay back.
Right.
And so I'm like waiting for I want to make the right moves
right
and invest in
moves. Yeah.
invest in the right thing. So this next year, I'm going to invest in home and garden show booth there. I've talked to a lot of contractors that are like, I booked my entire year out.
Yep.
I'm going to book. I want to have a full plate of residential work.
Yep.
I also want to network with the current relationships that I do have.
Absolutely.
So Ryan, JBA Dunham, I want
The
to touch.
contractors. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not be so. Honestly, there's a part I used to not be afraid of commercial or federal work.
You just got to know the lanes and how to do it. I think it's understanding, right?
They call it shiny object syndrome, and you can do something that you haven't proven to yourself you can do, or you
Yep.
don't know the language.
Yeah.
So I become more afraid of making mistakes in that arena. I've been reassured over time, though. I think that you don't have to be so afraid.
Right.
You just need to ask a lot of questions
Yep.
and network with people. Yep. And so I want to do a lot more of that. My goal is to have 5 relationships that I can, make $100,000 off of and provide quality work for, have the residential side rolling. I want to get the public art side automated.
Yes.
So our RFPs, RFQs, cold emails, I want to get a lot of that automated. Assistance from my VA to fill in a lot of the admin gaps.
Yep.
And then start hiring strategic people.
Yes.
To really take on a lot of it.
Yep. So you can start staying in your lane and do the stuff that you need to do to help grow. Like,
Absolutely.
as a business owner, I know I've talked to other people, and our audience has probably heard this more times than not, but you need to be able to do your role as an owner, or other people need to do what they need to do as a non-owner, right? So you can grow.
Yeah. And I think I realized, like, no, that's a moot point.
We'll go somewhere else. With that one, right? Yeah. But staying in your lane, not wearing too many hats, just staying focused and be able to do what you need to do for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's a detriment to the company if you're spending your time doing the thing that you're not
I don't want to be
called
doing
do.
admin when I should be growing. I don't want to be doing admin when I need to be out there with customers, and I don't want to do the hard commercial stuff when I have customers that are wanting the fine art stuff. It's just kind of one of those. You got to do where you're meant to be.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have your commercial side, you've got your business side, you've got your family side. What's next for the family? Do you have any trips or anything fun coming up there?
We're going to do a week's stay at a hotel in Lakeville.
Oh, the
my
kids
wife,
are going to love that.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
wife just had a birthday. My middle child just had a diversity.
Yep.
And so we're going to spend time there. We love to do the little small staycations. We went to Two Harbors. That was awesome.
Absolutely,
All
yeah.
the pink beach, the black beach.
Yes. Just getting out of the house and doing something out of the norm.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's just a day or just a couple hours, getting time away from that. Yeah.
Yeah. My number one place, though, my wife knows, is Hawaii.
Big Island or where? Anywhere there?
I don't know enough. I was supposed to go to college at University of Hawaii at Manoa.
Okay.
So I think wherever that is, I want to visit.
I'm going there, and I'm not going to come back. And I'm going to be on the beach painting, and I'll be good. Yes, yeah.
I mean, I literally I started painting a picture of my envision, which was to be on the beach painting while my kids are playing in the water.
Playing in the background. Yep.
They've got their partners,
Yeah.
A little cabana. My wife's just relaxing, reading because she loves to read.
Yeah.
I feel like she's
Perfect.
a writer.
Yep. What kind of writing does she like to do?
She's a great writer. She's just hasn't built the confidence that's what her calling is. That's what
That's
I
her
see
calling.
for
she
her.
She needs to do that. Yes.
She
Yep.
loves
on
to
the
read,
beach,
though.
The kids are doing their thing. You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
She loves to read, though, and she loves to read like anything from fiction to romance to murder mysteries, and she loves the fiction stuff. she's always getting on. She's, why are you reading that?
Yeah.
Self-help books. And I
It's
was
reading
like,
because I'm learning,
that's
right?
where
You
my
can never
mind
stop
stays
learning,
all
right?
the time.
Yes.
If I'm not doing that, I'm watching YouTube videos
you don't
learning.
use it, you lose it, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So,
So bucket list, obviously you've talked about Hawaii. What are some other things that you like to do outside of work?
outside of work, it really is.
It's work and the kids and the family, probably. Yep.
Yeah, but lately it's been VR. We got
Nice.
MetaQuest
Yep.
3, and I kind of resisted this whole virtual reality because I just feel like technology, this whole thing about like enjoying reality,
Yep.
just be in reality.
Yep. But you could pull that into the painting side. You could pull that into the wallpaper side down the road, saying here's what your image is going to look like on your walls. Here's what it's going to look like down the road. You know, the 3D imaging, everything like that. Too.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I've used that for murals. Excuse my
Yep.
alarm. Is to take the image and put it on the wall. Now I can sketch it out exactly.
Yep.
But I've been playing PvP games, player versus player games, and I really enjoy that. So yeah.
Nice. So we've talked all the stuff. We've talked the work stuff. We've talked the family stuff. Favorite food?
Ooh. Oh, that's so hard. I actually haven't asked that question, answered that question in a long time. I love fruit. Right now, my kick has been watermelon. There's this melon called something soul, something soul, and looks like a football. It's green on the outside, and you cut it open, and it looks like a cantaloupe or a honeydew melon.
Okay.
But it's so sweet.
Nice.
And so I've been trying to get on that kick with melons.
Yep.
I think that's part of like a cleanse, like my health history.
Yep.
I always struggled to drink water, but I always felt internally that the recommended amount that we should be drinking daily was not necessarily true,
Right.
in the sense that I think what you should be, the water intake your body requires is typically had through food.
Correct. Yep.
And so I saw this one guy, and I don't know if he's in Honduras. He reminds me of Dr. Sebi.
Yep.
But he was like, the majority of your water intake should be through food.
Fruits. Yep.
And I was like,
Perfect.
I just
There
felt
you
so
go, someone.
reaffirmed. Yeah.
Just ding ding, light bulb there, right?
He's like, water in itself, unless it's H3O, is just empty. It's
Right.
it's hydration, but it just keeps your body stable.
Right.
H3O or water you get from melons is infused with vitamins. It's
Right.
been pulled directly from the earth, all these minerals you need. So you're getting way more out of what you're drinking than regular water. And I was like, enough said.
Well, and you talk about food, like when people want something sweet, they're actually needing sodium. It's kind of one of those vice versa things, like people don't know the real genetics behind food too. I mean, we could get into a whole podcast about the food and water and everything like that too. But yes, it's just kind of one of those, the natural and not having caffeine and not drinking all the water. It's all going to come out anyway, like if you drink all the water. So it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was a conversation, KRS-One. I don't know if you've ever heard of KRS-One.
Yes, I have. Yep.
KRS-One is so metaphysical, but he was talking about the relationship with the body and literally having a conversation with your body as if it's its own entity, and say, body, what do you need today?
Right.
Oh, you need to rest? Okay, let's sit down for a second. Oh, you need a bath? Let's relax. But on a chemical level, if you can actually if I could see you being made of chemicals through my eyes, not flesh and bone, but chemicals.
Yep.
And the requirements that your body is saying I need as a chemical entity.
Yep.
Hey, I'm low on sodium.
Right. I'm going to take a test and tell you what I need today. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Hey, I'm low on, potassium.
Yep.
Oh, I'll give you
I'll do
a
your
banana.
labs today and I'll tell you exactly what you need today. Yep.
And so I see the medical field going towards there. It's so expensive.
Right.
I've done the blood tests, the poop tests,
Yeah.
send it in and blah, blah.
Right.
And it's like, we can
Here's Gary
send you.
Brecka. They'll tell you exactly what you need. Like, here's all your,
Yeah,
Yep.
we could send you all your vitamins and blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so crazy. But $200 a week?
Yeah. Yep.
Lord
Right.
Jesus.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
But people do it, and it's getting to that point. It's like, here's how you process your foods, and here's the foods that you need, and here's all the medical ways to prolong life.
Yeah.
Or so it goes,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
So it goes.
Right. We'll see when it, or how it really works.
Yeah,
Yes,
when you get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've talked everything else. How can people get a hold of you, and where are you being, or where can they find you? That was a whole hard one to say, right? I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
That was
where?
difficult. Yeah. Where can you be found?
Where?
Where are you?
I'm on Instagram at Jendayi Berry Art. Jendayi.
Yep.
Again, that's JEN as in North,
Yep.
D as in Delta, AYI. Berry, BERRY Art. At Jendayi Berry Art. Website www.jendayiberryart.com. LinkedIn, Google search, just search for Jendayi Berry.
And they can buy some of your, do you have any art that they can buy on your website? Or
I
currently?
do. I stopped selling originals on the website. I have prints. Those prints are essentially
Mostly custom though.
drop shipped.
Yep.
Yeah, they're custom works. I would say the best way if you want something custom is to reach out to me, DM me via social, or send out
We'll have it in the link after this, and we'll put it on the podcast as well. Everything will be on there too.
beautiful.
Yep, and they can get a hold of me if they need to too, and we'll get them in touch with you.
Awesome.
Yes, well, we appreciate having you on today, and look forward to all the conversations in the future and growing and collaborating.
Awesome. I do
Yes.
too.
Yep,
Thank you very
thank you.
much. So my purpose is my truth, as above, so below. It is my essential belief that the natural world gives us great insight into who we were, are, and can be. This macro-micro perspective is shared by many who understand the universal truths and laws that govern the dualities of our existence. It's all relative, and yet it is in our nature, as bodies of water and beings of light, to muddy and distort our reality. Through my work, I seek to tell stories and give examples of these distortions in an effort to neutralize the noise, correlate perspectives, and ultimately clarify some level of truth. And so in each one of those, there's some key words in there like duality, water, perspectives, distortions, light, universal truths that I want to highlight through specific collections.
Yes, that'd be amazing. Yep.
And each one of those things, to her point, is
Yes.
like a level within that,
For sure. Yep.
in that why. And it's like, yeah, that's cool.
That all makes sense. Yep. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.